Hi and welcome, chart artists, legends. Hope you're all having a fantastic public holiday, international public holiday, if I'm not mistaken. Easter Monday, public holiday on Friday as well. Hope you're all having a fantastic long weekend. For those of you that do celebrate Easter, happy Easter. And what is happening with the price of Bitcoin? Are we finding momentum to the upside? Have we found the bottom? Are you feeling bearish, right? Are you guys feeling bearish? Let me know if you guys are feeling bearish. I know some of the altcoins have been bleeding to the downside. Is it a buying opportunity or is it get out, we're going down lower? We'll analyze the price of Bitcoin here together, go through some of your favorite alts, some of the alts that I've also been keeping an eye on, some of the alts that I've been nibbling on from a buying perspective where I see some good opportunities with good risk management. We'll look at the DEXY. We'll look at some news, bullish sentiment, bearish sentiment. So far, the bullish sentiment still seems to be on the rise, despite this little dip here on Bitcoin. And we'll also look at some BRC20 tokens, pre-halving tokens. Right. Today, happy Monday all. Yes, let's go through some of the comments. Fonz. Hi, Deerwold. I see a lot of altcoins going down and down now. When do you think altcoin season will start and the altcoins rally will go pump? That is a very good question. Let's look at Bitcoin dominance. Let's also see what Bitcoin did in the history where we experienced a massive altcoin pump. Okay, let me just grab my mic here a little bit closer. Let me share my screen. In case I do this again without, going through all the TA and no one knows what is going on. This is an altcoin just here that I'm currently watching, Atom. And I'm just tracking this momentum here to the downside. We are currently, just a little bit of quick analysis here on Atom before I jump into BTC. This is one of the altcoins that I'm currently keeping an eye on, taking a flip here from the low to the high. You can see we are currently inside the golden zone. Okay, so will we get a bounce and reject here by the trend for further continuation to come and bounce on this trend line? Only time will tell, but I do like to buy dips. I don't buy green dildos to the upside. I like to buy dips, especially when you start hitting golden zone areas like this. That's where I start nibbling again. Okay. Cool. Let's look at the price of Bitcoin. What is going on here? If you guys would like me to jump through some altcoins, please let me know down in the comments. Like and subscribe for future notifications. And let's analyze the price, keeping it very simple. Before we go into the more technical analysis, keeping it very simple. I'm tracking this momentum here to the downside. And you guys will see I have alarms. Okay, because I don't sit in front of my charts and just stare at them the whole day. I wait for my alarms to go off, and depending on what I see, I will decide whether I'm going to take the trade or not. Okay, so the alarm tells me whether I should come to my computer and log on and sign on and put on the screens. And yeah, and while my alarms are not going off, I relax. I go to gym, I make food, spend time with the family, do other things, research, more coins, more altcoins. What am I missing out on? Is there perhaps a meme that I should be playing? Whatever the case might be, please smash up the like. Let's get the wheels rolling. Okay, so legends, I am tracking this momentum here to the downside. Okay, and for now we have SFP'd from this level over here, right? Do you guys know where I get this level from? And I'm sure a lot of you have been hey Andy, welcome. I was probably going to repeat a lot about what Andy also spoke about in his live stream, because our analysis is so similar. We see the same things, we see the same reactions. Andy, an absolute legend. I also have Andy's YouTube channel down in the description for those of you that have not seen Andy's channel. He's an absolute legend. Go check him out, subscribe to his channel, and lots of alpha over there. Right, okay, cool. So why do I have this level? Okay, let me just undo that little line. Is we have SFP'd from these lows over here. And I think if I also switch on the session volume profile, it is also a volume, a value area low over here. Right. value area low. So I was specifically keeping an eye on this level, but more interestingly on this little low over here. Okay, and what helps is I switch on my magnet, okay, and then you go and you take a horizontal line and you snap it on to perfection. Okay, not like that. You wait for it to snap on to that low to perfection, right there. Okay, then you know it's attached to the level, and whether you're going to larger or smaller time frames, it stays exactly where it's supposed to be. Right, nice little SFP, triple bottom here at the bottom, and I took a long over there, and as you guys can see, I'm not sure if you guys can see, I took a little long over there. This is the percentage, and this is the gains that I made. And the reason I am showing the gains over here is because I want to show you guys that even with small little moves like this, you can still make significant profits with excellent risk management. Okay, go down into the description. If you'd like to join a trade with me, go down into the description, click on more. Two of my favorite exchanges that I'm currently using, Bybit for my larger account, 20% reduction in fees by signing up right now. Also Mexi with the lowest trading fees that I use for my daily scalping to the upside and to the downside. Also, you guys only get this bonus and 30k bonus on Bybit and 20k bonus on Mexi by using the links down in the description. Okay, cool. For our community only. Right, let's get back into the trade. So you can see nice little trade. I already closed the position. When I see nice little profits in the bag, I close the position. I left a little bit open for this all-time high level over here that I'll talk about right now. Okay, cool. Let's go through some comments over here. Andy, hey. I am long. Yes, I'm also long, baby. I'm also long. There's my trade. Nice little profits in the bag. Very happy. You know, if I can make $1,000 a day, I'm very happy. I aim for $1,000 a day, and obviously I think it will increase as my portfolio grows. And but yeah, $1,000 trade a day for me is absolutely phenomenal. I'm very happy with those profits. Okay, so let's get back into the analysis over here. Like I've mentioned, Legends, I have been tracking this SFP from this level, and we got a little dip down here below. Let me just switch the magnet off. And we got acceptance. That's the key. You get acceptance back above the level with exceptionally good risk management. Okay. And never risk more than what you are willing to lose. Okay, when you are getting nervous for a trade, and I've repeated this many times, when you enter a trade and you get nervous, I can tell you now you're risking too much. Okay, if you're risking what you're supposed to be risking and you enter a trade, you put your stop loss, you won't feel tempted to move your stop loss and add to your position because you're scared of taking that knock. Okay. Stop loss is there to protect you. Okay, and now we're getting some nice momentum here to the upside. Also, for me, it was a double SFP where I was keeping an eye on the value area low. I wanted to see if this level holds, and also this little low over here. So we got acceptance back above the level and also acceptance back above the value area low over here. And currently getting some nice momentum here to the upside. And now what I'm watching for a final profit taking area. If I just take the scribble out, switch off the session volume profile, let's clean this up a bit. Okay, we have to acknowledge, let's go into the 1 hour and just zoom out here a little bit. Today still, right, okay. We have to acknowledge that for a very long time, we had price action above the 2021 all-time high, okay? When you go into the daily, just to show everyone, when you go into the daily and you zoom in a little bit, you will see that that all-time high is exactly here at the pivot of the 2021 bull run. Okay, it is important for bullish momentum to continue to the upside. You want to see us reclaim this area and not have weekly and daily candles close below this area, which could spell much more bearish momentum in the near future. So for now, looking at this price action, and now I can take these screenshots out. Okay, now looking at this price action, we had a deviation above from a daily perspective, which looked bullish, and perhaps people were expecting a retest for a bounce. Okay. And now we have price action again above, almost above the all-time high of 2021 again. If we can hold this level, so perhaps we leave a wick behind and we find acceptance back above the 2020 all-time high, that could mean that we could find some momentum here to the upside to come and claim the liquidity, massive billions of dollars of liquidity lying on top here. Okay, and when we get to that level, and we still need to contend with this daily, and obviously we still need to get above this high where we could potentially SFP for momentum back to the downside. Okay, so just a little bit of a larger time frame perspective over there. So going back here onto the 1 hour. Okay, you can see that here's that daily price action that I've just shown you. We've had nice price action above, okay, the 2021 highs, and we need to hold this level. So this is, as you can see here, we had a deviation below, but we got acceptance back above. Okay, a nice little retap and we got momentum back to the upside. So is this just a liquidity hunt where the market makers grab liquidity to fill their bags, scaring out a lot of people from their positions, and now we're going to find upwards momentum? Definitely a scenario that can play out. Also looking at CVD, let's look at CVD. My CVD is not playing ball a little bit, but it still shows what I want to show you guys. Okay, you see, my CVD for some reason is showing me funny candles, and I know some people have complained about this today as well. It's only today, only today. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Right, it's good enough. It's good enough. It does show me what I need to see. Okay, you can see here, let me grab my pen. You can see here this low, okay, low, and now we've taken this low, we've SFP'd from this low, but you can see massive bullish momentum. Okay, CVD falling down like this equals retail people trying to short the market, pushing it down with market orders, but bigger players with limit orders are absorbing the shorts. This is what it means. It's absorbing the shorts. Bigger players, smart money is what I call it, are absorbing people trying to aggressively short the market over here, only to come and claim this high again. Okay, because this bullish CVD equals at least coming to claim this high round about the $72,000 area. Let's go have a look at liquidity. Just refresh this. Okay. Liquidity around the $72,000 area has dried up. It used to be a lot more significant, so that is quite interesting. Okay. Quite interesting that liquidity is drying up. That could mean that smart money knows that there's perhaps a move coming up and they have already taken profits to the downside. Okay, but we still have liquidity here above these highs, round about $70,500. Okay, where is $70,500? Let's go see where that is. Round about this area over here. Okay, cool. So we do have bullish CVD that could see us take this high. Okay. And we'll now have to observe the price reaction as we move here, because the bearish case scenario is, let me zoom in here for you guys. Okay, the bearish case scenario is we've lost the all-time highs with high volume. Okay, we can't ignore the bearish fact here. So perhaps this is a breakout to the downside. This is a retest for continuation. Losing this trend would be very bearish as well. So when I zoom out a little bit, just to show you guys where I get that trend from, it's basically connecting these two lows over here. Okay, so this could potentially still be a bouncing area. This area has to hold for bullish momentum to continue to the upside. Right. It feels like if we're not going to reclaim the all-time high 2021 value area, we could see lower prices, where the next bouncing area is, you'll see it's written over each other over there, is a weekly level and a naked point of control inside of this consolidation area. Also, when I switch on the VRVP, just wait for that to load up, you'll see that we do have a high volume node. Let's just give it some more price action so it can load up more volume. Okay, we do have a high volume node over here. Okay, so if we do start losing momentum to the downside, I do at least expect a bounce. I'm not saying that that bounce is going to take us to all-time highs, because if we reject here from the all-time high, if we reject and find downwards momentum, I do see this area as a bouncing level, which could mean that you bounce, you retest the scene of the crime for continuation to the downside. Okay, this looks bearish because you're also losing the trend, and for bullish momentum then to continue once you've hit this level, you want to see us break back into trend, and that trend is quite steep and far away. Okay, you might be wondering, why do I have a blue line, a vertical blue line on my chart? Okay, for those of you I've spoken to about this many times, moon phases, right? This is why I mark out my levels over here. You can see we had a new moon. We still had upwards momentum, but we had a deep correction to the downside. And now we printed a full moon, which is pushing buying pressure into the market. So this full moon could still have enough gas in the tank to let us come and claim perhaps the liquidity above these highs. Okay, before we hit the next new moon that can then give us the deeper ABC correction that everyone is expecting. If this price action had to play out, where we take the highs, this will then be an A, B, C, and this is called a B flat, expanding flat to the upside, where you take the high, okay, and then you have a deeper C wave to the downside. Okay, I did get the question in some of my YouTube videos, people asking, but how is it possible for correction to take the highs? It is referred to it's referred to flat correction targets. Okay, this could be the top of a fifth wave. Okay, you've made 5 impulsive waves to the upside. I'm not going to go count them all now. And then you make a larger A, B, C, or you make an A, B, where you grab the liquidity for a bigger move to the downside. This is often what happens when bigger market players, okay, want to send the price down lower, but they have not filled their bags yet. There's lots of liquidity here for them to fill their bags. Remember, bigger players, institutions, people that play with larger money, hundreds of millions and billions of dollars to take trades, they need liquidity to fill their bags. So what they will do is, if they want to send the price down and they have not filled their bags enough because there's not enough liquidity at these levels, we will then do an A, B flat to the upside. You grab the liquidity, they fill their short orders, and then they send price down. Okay. And this usually from a retail perspective makes people extremely bullish. Yo, we're going back to $100,000. We have claimed the daily level. We are back at all-time highs. And then they grab the liquidity and price smashes down. I've seen that happen so many times, and I'm sure you guys have also. Right. Okay, so perhaps we still have time. Just taking the moon phases, let's just play a little game over here. From a moon phase perspective, perhaps we still have time to do this before we get the new moon printing over here. And then we perhaps consolidate and we start tumbling down. Okay. Obviously, there's also another scenario where you take a fib from the high to the low, you drag it across. Okay, there is still a scenario where we could potentially even reject here by the 0.88 if we do find upwards momentum, grabbing all the liquidity above these highs and not even claim this high over here. And then it would look something like that. Okay, where you grab the liquidity above these highs, and perhaps that's enough to fill the bags for the market makers, and then they send price down, which would also be a B, C, or a BAT harmonic pattern, which I've shown, but okay, I'll show you guys the pattern, but there's something that I don't like that's happening at the moment with this pattern. Do I still have my harmonics over here? Let me check. Here we go. That was the extreme bullish one. Okay, that one still in play. Right. It looks like it's, oops, this one. No, keep on switching on the wrong one. Okay, it's this one over here. Okay, harmonic patterns are also known as reversal patterns. What I do not like about where price action is at the moment is that the leg is becoming too long. Okay, I don't see a balance between this wing. Look at it as a bat or butterfly. This wing, look at the distance of this wing and look at the distance of this wing. Right, often harmonic patterns not often, they have a relationship with time as well. So when I take a time fib from point X to point B, you want to see a one-to-one relationship. And you can perhaps even push for 1.618 as a maximum target. And we are already past the 1.618 target. Okay, which I don't like. So it tells me that this pattern could potentially be invalidated, and we are going to, if we find upwards momentum, go past the 0.88 level. Right, but we also have to acknowledge here by the 0.88, we also have a little high spike volume node where we could reject. Okay. What else? Let's go through some comments. Smash up the like, share some love. Right, Layla, sister all the way from Belgium. A little bird whispered that your birthday is today. I have no idea what you're talking about. Or people playing April Fool's joke here on me. Hi everyone. Oh, Andy just finished watching your stream. I'm sure a lot of you finished watching Andy's stream and then jumped onto this stream over here. Hi everyone. BTC pumping. Yes, BTC is pumping. I think the scenario that Andy also tackled in his live stream is playing out. So far, so good. It looks like we are reclaiming the level. And for those of you that did take this trade, I did watch a little bit of Andy's live stream, and I also entered this long position in. For me, this is a good profit taking area. To be honest with you guys, I would most probably go and close my position over there, because I practiced good risk management. My position is protected. I took most of the profits off the table already, but now we're finding some upwards momentum here. But I still don't see a lot of green volume kicking in here. I would like to see like a nice little green candle kicking in here with a closing body above the value area of the all-time high over here. That could mean that we're getting acceptance back above this level. And I would ideally like for us to reclaim this daily level that we broke through today. Okay, you can see beautiful. I also played this long this morning where we SFP'd from the all-time highs over here, also from this low, nice little SFP over there, and we found upwards momentum creating the trend. Okay, and there's also a point of control, if I'm not mistaken, because one of the scenarios I did point out this morning. Okay, let me do this. When you go teach, I'm trying to teach you to use the fixed range volume profile. So it's just like the session volume profile, but you can go and draw your own session volume profile. From this consolidation, the whole consolidation area over here, you will see that there's a point of control in this area. And that means that's where the most volume was traded inside of this range. The one scenario that I discussed with our legends in the Discord this morning, and I'm not sure if that was in my YouTube update today as well, also link down in the description if you want to join our community, 25% discount, right? Where I discussed the scenario to say that I want to see us reclaim this level and SFP from this low. And that happened to perfection. We broke down and we got acceptance back above these levels. I longed over here because we got acceptance back below the low or above the low. And then we find some upwards momentum. And I said, one scenario that I'm watching is that we're either going to reject from the point of control and fall down, or we're going to find the strength to break through, flip it into support for continuation to the upside. And then, true as Bob, we rejected by the point of control. You can see exactly by the point of control. That is such a clear profit-taking area. You fail, you're leaving a wick behind. Here on the 1 hour time frame, you're leaving a wick behind. You're not having a closing candle, solid body of the candle closing above the point of control. And that to me just screams weakness. We're going to turn around and fall down. So this is where I took profits. Okay, and I closed my position. It's not about greed and hoping for higher levels. And this trade is going to make me that millions or thousands of dollars that I'm looking for. You have to take profits on the way up. You cannot let a winning trade turn into a losing trade. Often what I do, and I do this really, really often, is that as soon as I enter a trade, my entry was over here somewhere, and I move into the green, I already start taking like 10 to 15% profits to cover my fees. In case price turns around and it stops me out, I've already covered fees plus a little bit of profits in the bag so that my loss is not so significant. I don't just leave it and then this happens and it stops me out with a loss. Okay, you have to manage your risk while you are in the trade. You know, you have to protect your money. Ooh, I do like this upwards momentum here. If we can get acceptance, next level for me, get acceptance back inside the range. If we can get acceptance back inside the range. Also, if we tap this trend, let's see how we react at the trend. Let's go on to the 15-minute time frame over here. Okay. Let's just let that load up. Okay. Okay, so one scenario, again, that I'm watching is to say that although this looks bullish, we get acceptance back above the all-time high, right? We still have a daily that we need to contend with because it offered some support, or we broke down, we got acceptance back above, we broke down, resistance, and we broke down. So this level could still offer some resistance. So I want to see if we get here where we have diagonal resistance and we have a daily level and we have the value area low. How are we going to react in this area? I would like to see more green volume kicking in to show me that there's a strength to the upside. You want to see us break the trend and close, for me, at least a 1 hour candle above the trend. I want to see us close at least the body of the candle, not a wick. The body of the candle needs to close above the trend. That would give me a clue that we could find upwards momentum. Remember, usually when you break out, you could test the point of control, retest the trend. That often happens. You retest the trend for continuation to the upside. Okay. So far so good. It looks nice and bullish. And ended this trade together with Andy, and I'm sure with a lot of community members. Make sure that you protect your position, even move your stop loss above your entries so that if price turns against you, you still get stopped out with profits in the bag, and always take profits on the way up. We are facing some major resistance over here. This is usually where I'm like, okay, I'm out. Okay, I will re-enter a trade if conditions looks favorable to me. But if I've longed over here and prices over here already, we're facing some major resistance. You know, for me, that's usually a profit-taking area. And then I will reassess what happens here and enter a fresh trade, or you take 80% profits or 75% profits and you leave some of the position open to come and claim higher levels. That is another strategy that you can use. Okay, but you have to pay yourself. You have to pay yourself. What else? Let's go through some more comments. Please share your thoughts about high time frame ETH. Okay, we can have a look at ETH, especially what can be after BTC halving. Right, okay. Altcoins are massively bleeding. Yes, I saw that as well. I actually entered a sneaky little atom trade over here. Okay. I entered a sneaky little atom trade over here. I have a clear invalidation. We are inside the golden zone. I just like it, but I'm still tracking this momentum here to the downside. And I don't want to wait for the trend to break, because it could be one of those that taps the trend and we find more downwards momentum. So I at least want to benefit from this move to the upside over here. I do like that we are inside the golden zone. I also like, take this out, that we are finding support at this consolidation area over here, which are providing support at the moment. Okay, good risk management. My stop is below the lows and low leverage, low capital. I'm not going all in with my account at 50x leverage. That that crap does not exist. You will bleed out your account faster than you can make money. Okay. So yeah, I entered a small little cheeky atom trade over here. And what else? Also looking at Bitcoin dominance. I was looking at dominance, and this is why the alts are bleeding so much. Okay. Dominance moving up, Bitcoin falling down equals alts bleed extremely hard. Okay. If Bitcoin was falling and dominance was falling at the same time, you will see it's protecting the altcoins. So Bitcoin can drop a little bit, but the altcoins will stand still. And we are approaching a critical line here for me. Looking at these highs over here, you can see how we failed to break these highs. So perhaps we are still consolidating, and any move down will see some of the altcoins rally again. Okay. So just looking at Bitcoin dominance, for now, it's still in the favor of Bitcoin. Dominance is still in the favor of Bitcoin. And if we break these highs, okay, we could come and claim these highs again. Okay, and that will be very bearish for some of the altcoins. Okay, DEXI also concerns me. DEXI really concerns me. I was looking at it this morning, and I don't like what I'm seeing at the moment. Okay, I'm tracking this momentum here to the downside, just connecting the dots. And I also have a fib here from the high to the low. And you can see we were struggling here to break through the 618 level. Okay, we got a deviation above and we fell down 0.618. And then I saw we were struggling here on Friday. We were struggling to break through, and I was like, oh, it would be nice if we can reject. But we have to acknowledge that we have broken trend. We have daily candles closing outside of the trend, which could be very bullish for the DXY, where the next target is the 0.78, which is in confluence with these highs over here and this consolidation area, and ultimately even claiming these highs. Okay, and we are finding upwards momentum here. So for now, the DXY looks bullish, which means risk on assets like Bitcoin and your favorite altcoins are going to bleed if DEXI keeps on pumping over here. We have to acknowledge that the DEXI looks bullish. What I would like to see, I just want to take the scribble here out the way. I would like to see a double top. If we can swing failure from these highs, okay? If we can swing failure from these highs, which is a classic swing failure pattern that we all play and trade, okay? Where you get acceptance, you're failing to break through, you get acceptance back below the highs, could mean that we are going to come back for a retest. Okay, and I'm not saying this is extremely bullish for risk on assets. I'm saying this could simply be a retest for continuation to the upside. But this price action could give us another little push up in Bitcoin and some of our favorite alts, right? Before the new moon prints, perhaps. Okay, so I would like to see us double top from where we are right now. And at the moment, we are exactly at the level of those highs. It looks like we want to swing failure pattern, but it's not confirmed as yet. I don't actually trust the RSIs or volume or anything like that on the DEXI, because, I mean, you can't trade the DEXI. All you can do is buy dollars and hold on. But so far, the dollar is getting some strength. Okay. So this concerns me a little bit because, I mean, we have to acknowledge that the DEXI has a negative correlation to Bitcoin. DEXI goes up, Bitcoin goes down. Not immediately, but I've often seen DEXI will pump, for example, Bitcoin will still go up, and then eventually it will just crash down, okay, catching up to the negative correlation. So this is putting a lot of selling pressure at the moment on Bitcoin. Right. Ooh, I don't like this. See how important this value area level is here. And can you see how beautifully we tapped the trend? Can you guys see that? Let's zoom in. Let's zoom in. I don't like this. That is why it's so important to take profits to the upside. Okay, we could still find continuation to the upside, but look at this. Look at how beautifully we tapped this trend to perfection. Exactly on the line. It looked like we were getting acceptance back inside the value area low, and now we have a wick. Okay, I will only turn bullish if we have a body of a candle like this over here. That's when I turn bullish. Okay, this is why it's important to take profits when you're starting to hit resistance. You're also hitting the underbelly of this consolidation area, which is offering resistance at the moment. Okay, and I'm not saying we can't push up from here. All I'm saying is that we need to have a body close above for me to turn bullish. I do like the volume that's kicking in here at the moment. I just don't like the wick there. I would like to see a solid breakout with high volume and a at least 15-minute to 1 hour candle close outside of this trend. Then you can go and have a trading setup something like this. Okay, if you caught this entry over here, I would definitely leave some of the position open. I would already take most of my profit. This is just how I trade. I would have already taken most of my profits over here. Perhaps leave some of the position open where the trading setup will look something like this. Long. Perhaps we break the trend over here. You're targeting the highs. But now where do you put your stop loss? I'm not going to put my stop loss over there. The risk to reward is not worth it. Okay, so perhaps you put your stop loss here below these lows over here. Okay, to make the risk to reward worth it. Anything 3 and above is amazing. Okay, 2 is the minimum that I'm willing to trade. So over there, that is the minimum risk to reward that I'm willing to trade. But also you have to consider that we might not even hit the highs. Okay, you have to always look left to find consolidation to see where we could turn around. So this could be a TP1 and a TP2. And what if we break through here, we reject by TP1, we SFP from the highs over here, like what's happening with the DXY. We SFP and then we fall down again. Okay, so the risk to reward from this trading setup doesn't make sense for me. And that's why I play swing failure patterns inside of ranges, because you are able to catch the bottoms over here, acceptance back above the level, good risk management. Risk management is also so fantastic for swing failure patterns. Okay, breakout strategies is nice and it's simple, and I always preach how easy it is to play a breakout strategy. The problem with a breakout strategy is that you have to apply more risk in order to have a successful trade. So you use less leverage, you use less capital, where with a swing failure pattern, it is easier to manage risk because you get acceptance back above the level, like what happened here. You get you see it's failing to break through, and then you have the move up, and your stop loss is, if I take this trading setup over here, you entered, you had your stop below the wick, you're targeting, I was targeting the all-time highs. You have a 3.63 risk to reward. That to me makes sense. And what I do like about swing failure patterns is as soon as you move into profit, I move my stop loss to break even. I'm not going to get stopped out with a loss. Stuff that. I would rather get stopped out with no loss, like what happened here. It happened. Okay. First entry, so I think I played twice. I entered twice this trade. I got stopped out once. First one is I entered over here. Okay. We wicked down, we got acceptance back above. Right? I immediately moved my stop loss to break even. Okay. Then nice little profits. I was like, oh, it's not hitting. My target is this area over here. It's not hitting my target. I'm going to see if it's going to hit it. Then we came down and stopped me out. It's like, crap. Okay. But as soon as we got acceptance back above the level, I re-entered. Okay. But this time I left my stop loss there and I had to go do some other things. Luckily, I didn't get stopped out and we found momentum back to the upside. When I saw the price action, we were over here. I immediately moved my stop back to break even and even a little bit higher to cover fees. Okay. Right. There we're getting a little bit of a rejection there at the moment. Okay, we tapped the trend to perfection and now we're getting some rejection. It just shows you how important it is to take profits to the upside. Okay, because traders get, I'm telling you guys, I'm not saying any of you trade like that, but people get greedy. They play a trade, they think oh my God, I've nailed this trade. I played the swing failure pattern to perfection. I've moved my stop loss to break even, and they are targeting the highs over here, and then price falls down, stops them out. Okay, and they were insignificant profits here on the way up. I take profits. I don't care if price does this. At least I got paid. Okay. Right, what else? What else? Let's look at Ethereum. Someone asked for Ethereum, then I'll go through the com section again. Let's go on to the daily. Let's just zoom out a little bit and see what's going on with ETH. Oof, look at that beautiful rejection here at the 1.618. Okay. Oh, not an easy one. For bullish momentum to continue on Ethereum, okay, and I'm here on the larger time frame, daily time frame. For bullish momentum to continue on Ethereum, we have to hold the support here. We have to hold this support, which I also refer to as the 1-to-1 ratio. Because we tapped the 0.618 over here, okay, it either means that this is the end of bullish momentum to the upside, and this is going to be a larger A, and we are busy with a B wave, and then we're going to have a C wave to the downside, which coincidentally taps the top of the channel to perfection. So the bearish case scenario is this was the local top. We're going to make an A, B, C to the downside, retest. Can you guys see how long we've been inside of this channel? Okay, we finally broke through, but we've never retested this channel. So from a bearish perspective, we could still make an A, B, C, where this is then one wave, two, and we're going to make an explosive third wave to the upside. Okay. From a bullish perspective, let me just take all the scribble out. Okay, from a bullish perspective, we hold the support that I've showed you. You're basically holding the highs over here. Okay, can you guys see? You're holding the highs as support. We wicked into it and we got acceptance back above. So it's acting as support. These highs are offering support at the moment. So for bullish momentum to remain to the upside, which then says that this impulse, this third wave is not finished, and this is not a B, C, okay? Where this is just a retrace, and we're going to still find upwards momentum. We just have to hold the support. It's as easy as that. Holding the support could mean that we are going to come and tap the next target of $5,241, okay, which is then still part of a wave 3. So it means that this top is not the local high just as yet, and we're going to tap $5,241, claiming the highs like Bitcoin did. Okay, for then potentially a deeper correction, an ABC to the downside, where you then want to see the 1.618 level hold for continuation to the upside. So that is my high time frame analysis on ETH. Let's go 4 hour. Right, let's see, trend already broke. So you see the fake out there. This was a nice trend, fake out to the upside, and take a fib from the low to the highs. You can also see that if we had to come back to the support area over here, it would be nice. This to me would be a load up zone in the golden zone over here. Between the 618 and the 786 is also where the support is at the moment. So if we had to find continuation here to the downside and bullish momentum to continue, we could bounce in this area for then a successful breakout of this diagonal trend that I'm tracking. Okay. But I mean, Bitcoin has to play ball. Bitcoin absolutely has to play ball, and you want to see dominance drop. If dominance tops out here and it fails to break through this consolidation area and it starts coming down, you are going to see ETH and some of your favorite altcoins do amazing things, and perhaps that will be that opportunity where ETH perhaps does this and that. Okay. But we have to see dominance drop as well. Dominance gives, it's money flowing out from Bitcoin into the alt ecosystem, like Ethereum and your favorite altcoins. Right. Okay, still, no, this looks now bearish to me. So failing to reclaim, sorry, I'm back here on the price of Bitcoin. We're failing to reclaim the value area over here, the range. We're failing to reclaim the range over here. Okay, we tried to get back in here this morning. We rejected by the point of control. Nice little SFP momentum to the upside, and now we are rejecting. Okay, so a possible bullish scenario that still lies ahead is to say that when I zoom into this price action, let's go on to the 5 minute. It will look a little bit better. Okay, we can take this out. Just want to see the structure. So ideally for bullish momentum to continue to the upside, if we don't find strength to break through here right now, is a fib from the low to the high, and the 618 just looks nice here. If I look at this 0.618 over here, you guys can see that it has confluence with these highs that can offer support. I really like this. Even the 50% has little confluence with this area over here. Not enough for me. I would like for us to, if we find downwards momentum, to come and bounce here on the 0.618 for then a potential breakout to the upside. A retry. The market often gives you retries. I missed the pump, and here's my retry. I usually call the 618 and the 786 levels the retries. People FOMO in here. When people see this, they FOMO in. They FOMO in. Oh, we're going to break out. We're going to break out. And then price comes down. Stops all of these people out. And then there's the retry to the upside. Okay, obviously I think that is a scenario that I would like to play out, but what could happen is that we break out from where we are right now. And like I've told you guys, is I would like to see at least a 1 hour candle close above the trend, reclaiming the daily level. Then I will definitely flip bullish. Okay, but for now, I'm not convinced. Also, the high volume candle here is below the trend. Okay. People often ask me, how do you spot fake outs? Okay, usually, and I'm not saying always, usually when you play breakout strategies, okay, tracking the momentum to the downside, if you have high volume before you broke the trend, so you tapped the trend, but the body of the candle closed below the trend, that is often a fake out, because what price sometimes likes to do, especially on the altcoins, is you have the high volume with the body of the candle below the trend, and then you get a wick to the upside and it falls down, okay, with less green volume kicking in over there. I would like to see, when we close above this trend, I would like to see more volume than what we have over here, green volume kicking in, confirming momentum to the upside. Also interesting, I just wanted to go measure something here quick. If I take this fib out, let's use a fib based extension. I just want to see if this is a wave 1, 2, and this is a third wave here to the upside, purely from an Elliott wave perspective. Where did we reject? I mean, people say we make up technical analysis. We're failing to hold above the 1.618 level, which could mean this is a 1, 2, 3, or an A, B, C, and we're going to start finding momentum to the downside. Okay, if it is a 5-wave structure, then you will typically see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you fall down. Okay. Right, let's go through some comments. Such a good TA. Thank you so much, Anton. Appreciate it. You and Andy are real legends. Thank you so much. I appreciate the comment. 70.3 potential short entry. $70,000.3 potential short entry over, yeah. Yes. What I do like about it, well, even from a FIP perspective, it has confluence here with the 2.618 and also these highs, okay, where you SFP from the highs. So let me just clean this up. Definitely, it can be a fake out, okay? If this was the highest green volume node and the breakout is going to give us lower volume, you could have a fake out on your hands. And as always, have your SFP lines where you have the highs over here. Okay, that's what I'm saying. If you play in the breakout, that's TP1. That has to be a TP1. Okay, where you break out, you fail to break through the highs, and you start tumbling down. Okay, SFP, you're not breaking through the highs with high volume. You're struggling, like what happened over here. You're struggling to break through. Okay, so definitely a short possibility, but I don't just go and place a limit order over here. That is stupid. Guys, I cannot tell you how stupid a limit order is unless you can have a limit order with good risk management, but then where do you put your stop loss? I don't understand how some people can play swing failure patterns, okay, with limit orders. I don't get it. Because let's say you put a limit order over here. Sometimes you get lucky. And this is where people think that they can do it and keep on having success with it. Sometimes you get lucky, it does this, and it falls down. Okay. Most of the times what happens is, what if you have a limit order over here? Where do you put your stop loss? Okay, I'm not going to put a stop loss because I don't know where to put my stop loss. Okay. What I like about observing the price reaction is when it does this and you start getting acceptance back below the level, I know where to put my stop loss. It gives me what I need for my risk management. Placing a limit order over here and price does this, then what? Do you just like, okay, well, I'm too much in the red now, I'm going to cash out. Okay, I don't like it. Please don't use limit orders for swing failure patterns. Right, if you're a swing trader, by all means, you can have clear invalidation, limit orders, and it's a different trading strategy altogether. Okay. Right, but yeah, I do see what you see. I do see this area as a potential short area. And the reason I say potential is I want to see what happens when we get here. Okay, so if we find momentum here to the upside, I'm going to be sitting in front of my computer. If I'm not sleeping and I am awake, I'll most probably put a line in here, put an alarm on it. And when my alarm goes off, I want to see what happens with price action. Do we get a breakout with high volume and we start consolidating above the highs where they offer support? That then spells continuation to the upside. Or do we fail to break through and get acceptance back below for continuation to the downside? Okay, I like to see what is happening over here. That then gives me a decision whether I should long or whether I should short. Right. And that is basically it. Any other altcoins anyone would like me to quickly have a look at? As always, just quickly again, come and trade with me. Bybit, 20% reduction in fees. Mexi, the lowest fees at the moment. 20k bonus, sign up. And remember, you only get these deals by signing up with myself and Andy's affiliate links in the description. Okay. If you go to these sites by yourself and you sign up, you don't get the bonuses and the fees that we are providing for our community. Okay, what else? Ethereum is not bad. What do you mean from a buying opportunity? Ethereum is not bad. Yeah, ETH looks good for where it is right now. We are finding support here by the 382. So if you're meaning that it's at a right buy zone, okay. I'm not convinced as yet because this looks double toppy to me. This looks double toppy to me. I would like to see us reclaim the trend. And ideally, I would like to buy in over here. That for me is a better buy at the moment. Okay. If we do start pumping from here and we have nice closing candles outside of the trend with green, I mean, look at all the red volume, in my case, purple volume, but for most people, look at all the red volume here. I do not see green volume overshadowing red volume at the moment. Okay, I want to see more green and I want to see less red. Okay, volume tells a story. This volume is telling me that there's a lot more selling pressure in this area than buying momentum. Okay, I want to see more green volume kicking in here to confirm momentum back to the upside. Right. But from a fundamental perspective, I mean, Ethereum is great. You have to have ETH in your spot bags. Okay. You have to have Bitcoin, you have to have ETH. Everything else is up to you and your research. Right, Polkadot. I love Polkadot. I have me some bags of Polkadot. Okay. Let's go into Polkadot over here. Just wait for it to load up. Okay, this is the momentum that I'm tracking here on DOT. Let's just zoom out here onto the 12-hour. Okay, for now, DOT still looks bullish. Okay, remember the accumulation zone that I spoke about. The right time to buy DOT from a spot back perspective and a long-term portfolio perspective was inside the accumulation zone. Now we are outside of the accumulation zone. So for DOT to remain bullish, what I would like to see is for us to hold these highs. I want to see us hold these highs. I don't want to see us come back inside this box. Can you see how we came down? We tapped it. And I want to see us hold this level for DOT to remain bullish here for that ultimate breakout here to the upside. Okay. If we lose the highs, it could mean that, take the scribble out, we are either going to come bounce on this trend, okay, for a nice little bounce and then a breakout, or we're going to lose the trend and find continuation here to the downside, where I will then take my fib from the low to the high, and my next buying zone will be inside the golden zone. That is my best buying zone. I like to buy inside of this area if we do lose this momentum here to the upside. Okay. But for now, DOT looks good. It looks bullish. It is outside the range. The highs are offering support, and we haven't broken the trend yet. Okay, so for now, based on what I'm seeing right now, it looks bullish. But I mean, anything can change. Okay. So let's go on to the 4-hour. Right. So for me, for a confirmation buy, just want to see something over here. From the low to the high. Did I put it at the right place? Okay. And I mean, you can take it from many places. You can even take the fib from this low over here. That's a clearer pivot, but it's most probably a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay. And perhaps the fifth wave still needs to be formed over here. But nevertheless, if I take it from this pivot, you can see that if we had to come back down to bounce on the trend, if we had to come back down to bounce on the trend is here between the 618 and the 786. Because often what I see is you have a little fake out to the downside, okay, but you're still in bullish structure. You're still making higher lows. This will make people extremely bearish only to do this. Okay, but I mean, this for me is a great load up zone as well. Okay, always between the 618 and the 786 area are great load up zones. And what's great about these load up zones is that when you buy over here and you start dollar cost averaging into your portfolio, you have such a nice entry. By the time the trend breaks, okay, your entry is over here and you can put your stop loss at break even and your position is protected. And you just ride the momentum back to the upside, coming to claim these highs. Okay, and it all depends on whether you're holding it for the long term or whether you are day trading. From a day trading perspective, I would most likely wait for the trend to be broken, okay, from a day trading perspective, okay, because I'm in and out. I don't keep my position open for long days and weeks at a time. Day trading, like I showed you during the beginning of the live stream, is I'm in and out, I make $1,000, I'm happy with my profit, and I wait for the next opportunity. Right, what's next? Why wouldn't you short on the retest of a breakout? Why wouldn't you short on the retest of a breakout? I'm not sure what you mean. Which coin? Bitcoin? I'm not sure what you mean by that question. Just need to be a little bit more specific. Not sure what you mean. Retest of a breakout. Why wouldn't I short? Because the way that I see a breakout, and perhaps I'm just understanding your question wrong, is you have a, let's say you have a breakout over here, you have a breakout, you have a retest. Okay, that's not where I short, that's where I long. So if I have a breakout, the retest is the area where I long, not short. Okay, so another example is breakout of the trend. Okay, that's where I would long. So if we had to break out here, claim the high, make a higher high. You want to change market structure. Remember, this is why this high is so important. If we come up here and we make a higher high, can you see a higher high? It means that you are changing market structure, which means that if you have a retest, you're now making a higher low. A higher low. Okay, that is the area I long. I don't short that area. Okay, because then when you potentially take a fib from the low to the high, you will see this will most probably be the 618786 area in confluence with a trend where you could then expect momentum back to the upside. It just depends on how this breaks out. If, and this is where I will short, is that if we SFP from the highs, then it means it's a double top. It's a double top. It's not a higher high. It's a double top, and we're most probably going to lose the trend. Okay. But I would short here. I'm not going to short here. That's too far away from me. I want to make all of these profits to the downside and perhaps leave some of the position open for momentum back to the downside. Right, I hope that makes sense. I hope I explained your question as best as I could. Right, currently we are breaking out. I'd like to see some volume kicking in there. Like to see, and this is the 5-minute time frame. I mean, 5-minute candles means nothing. You want to see at least a 15-minute to a 1-hour candle close above the trend for bullish momentum to continue. Okay, and I want to see us reclaim this daily with a solid candle close above. Okay. But what a beautiful trade here to the upside. For those of you that did take this, Andy spoke about it in his live stream. For those of you that entered this trade, I entered this trade. I made nice profits to the upside. And for those of you that's taken profits over here, well done. You've paid yourself. And if you're leaving some of the position open, 10, 20% of the position open for higher levels, by all means, Okay, I just want to see how we're going to react when we get here. Okay, if the scenario plays out. Right, okay. Team Andy here. Yes, Team Andy. Myself and Andy work well together. The other thing I wanted to let you guys know about is it will often happen that me and Andy go live during the same times. Okay, and I do sometimes see questions, but Devil, why are you live? Andy's also going live. Or Andy's live, Devil, why are you going live? Okay, we're all building, both myself and Andy, we are also building our own communities as well. And we can't always go live at different times. It depends on the schedules, price movement. Sometimes, you know, there's some exciting things happening on the price of Bitcoin. We want to jump in. I have people that's not seeing Andy's channel. Andy has people that is not on my channel. So we, you know, both trying to build a community together. So it will happen that you will see myself and Andy live on our own shows during the same time. I like the breakout. I like the breakout. Where's the green volume? Come on. Volume, kick in, kick in. Okay. Right, legends, that is it from me. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. I think I've explained all the scenarios over here. Please keep it in summary. Please keep an eye on this level over here. Okay. Nice momentum here to the upside. You want to see a body candle close above. And if we can break this level to the upside, we can come and claim all the liquidity above these highs. That's a target, and even higher, Okay, you might even go higher over here. And exactly a swing failure pattern at this level, you could also have a swing failure pattern at this level. Right. So it's all about observing price reaction when you get to each level. Whether you are either going to get acceptance back below for a short, or you're going to find strength and consolidate above for continuation to the upside. Same over here. Okay, but for now it looks good. Green volume is kicking in. So momentum really looks good for now. Okay. Enjoy the day. Until the next one. Smash up the like, hit subscribe for future notifications, and I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Just for now.